Hey folks, in this session we're going to be looking at solving equations with like terms. Alright, so what are the questions going to look like in these kind of situations? This is a situation where you have x on both sides. Alright, so in this case we've actually got x and number on the left hand side, a variable and a number on the right hand side. So once again, I'm going to show you guys two different ways of doing this, and ideally pick the one that works for you and then just go about it. So we got 2x plus 7 equals x plus 11. So ideally, you want to bring all the variables to one side and all the numbers to the other side. So in other case, you want to make x the subject. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move my 7. And because if it's positive 7 on this side, when it's shifted to the other side, it will become minus 7. And so I have 2x equals x plus 4. The next thing I want to be doing is I want to shift the x to the left hand side so I can bring all the x's together. And when I do that, because it's positive x, it becomes minus x. And I have 4 left over on the right hand side. 2x minus x, that's just x. Therefore, well, this works out nice. X is equal to 4. All right, it's one thing. So the next way of doing it is by balancing it. So when we have 2x plus 7 equals x plus 11, what I want to be doing is I want to sort out the number first. So minus 7 from both sides, which means 7 minus 7 is 0. X stays as it is. 11 minus 7 is positive 4. All right. Now the next part is I want to get rid of the x from the right hand side. So I've got to take away 1x, take away 1x on the other side as well. So I'm kind of doing the same thing for both sides of the equation. So 2x minus x, that's x. X minus x is 0, and 4 is left on that right hand side as it is. And as you can see, two answers, same ones that I'm getting. All right, let's do one more example. So in this case, I've got 3 minus 4x equals negative x minus 11. So as usual, guys, you want to bring all the x to the left-hand side and all the numbers to the right-hand side. So let's do this one here. And as usual, I'll try and show you guys both methods. All right, so the first thing I want to be doing is I want to get rid of the number 3 to the other side. And what happens is, because it's positive 3, and when it shifts to the other side, it becomes minus 3, which means I have negative 4x equals negative x minus 11, and minus 3 is negative 14. Now the next step is I want to get rid of the negative x on the right hand side, which means I'm going to have, well, this is what I'm talking about. I need to shift negative x to this side here, which means I'm going to have negative 4x. Now when negative x is shifted to the left hand side, it becomes opposite of that, which means it's positive x, and this is all equal to negative 14. Negative 4x plus x is going to give me negative 3x equals negative 14. Now this is where people start making silly mistakes. They see this negative 3 and they see the times. All right, notice that negative 3 is multiplied by x, which means x is equal to negative 14, but it's going to be divided by this entire, let me put it in a different color. It's going to be divided by this entire number. That entire number is negative 3. So therefore, my final answer is going to be negative 14 over negative 3. But because a negative divided by a negative is positive, I can write it x is equal to 14 over 3. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. The other method, negative 3 minus negative 4x equals negative x minus 11. So as usual, guys, I need to get rid of the number first. I've got negative 3 and negative 3, which means on the left-hand side, I have negative 4x, negative x. Negative 11 minus 3 is negative 14. That's what I have right now. Now I need to get rid of the x, so I'm going to have plus x and plus x on both sides. what I have is negative 3x equals negative 14. Now I need to get rid of the negative 3x. So I need to get rid of negative 3. So divide both sides by negative 3. And what you'll notice is my two negative 3's get cancelled out. And I have x is equal to negative 14 over negative 3. And of course, if you have two negative signs, well, that's going to convert into a positive sign, and you have 14 over 3. And as you can see, same answer. All right, so if you guys have got any questions, just pop them in the comment section and I'll answer them. But apart from that, thank you for watching this.